Is Lexington, South Carolina really the perfect place to live? Let's talk about the reasons it might not be the right fit for you. Hi, I'm Jill Heidrich, your local real estate expert in the Columbia Midlands. I love helping people find the right community for their needs, whether it's in Lexington or elsewhere nearby. While Lexington has a lot to offer, it's not without its downsides. Today, I'm sharing the top reasons that you might want to think twice about moving here. And hey, if Lexington isn't your style, don't worry. I'll help you find one that works. Let's start with the traffic. Lexington has grown rapidly over the past decade, and while that's exciting, the roads haven't kept up with the demand. Major routes like Highway 378, Interstate 20 can be heavily congested during rush hours, especially near schools or shopping areas. Unfortunately, public transportation doesn't offer much relief, as the common bus system doesn't extend all the way into Lexington, leaving cars as the only real option. Now, if you're coming from a major city like Atlanta, Chicago, or LA, you might laugh at what we call traffic. Compared to those places, Lexington's congestion is minor, but the stop and go traffic during peak times can feel frustrating for those who are used to small town roads. This is something to consider before making Lexington your home. South Carolina summers are no joke, especially here in Lexington. From May to September, temperatures regularly range from the high 80s to the mid 90s and higher. With the humidity, it can often feel like it's over 100 degrees every single day. This makes outdoor activities challenging, and your air conditioning, an absolute necessity. The average monthly residential electric bill in Lexington County is about $158 per month, according to findenergy.com. However, during the summer, costs can climb even higher, especially for larger homes or those with older HVAC systems. While winter bills tend to be lower, if you're not a fan of hot, sticky weather or the expense of keeping your house cool, Lexington summers might not be for you. Lexington is a car-dependent town. Most neighborhoods require you to drive for errands, dining, and outdoor activities. Sidewalks are limited, which makes walking even short distances inconvenient or even unsafe. In addition, Lexington doesn't have access to public transportation. The Comet, which serves much of the Columbia area, doesn't extend into routes into the town. This means you'll need a car to get around everywhere. If walkability or public transport is important to you, Lexington might feel limiting compared to more urban areas like downtown Columbia or the Harbison area in the Irmo area. Lexington is known as a family-friendly community, a significant draw for many people. However, the area is lacking if you're looking for a vibrant nightlife or a variety of entertainment options. Lexington has several bars like Keg Cowboy, casual restaurants, and local breweries. Still, it doesn't offer the same excitement as a larger city. You won't find late-night hotspots, live music venues, or bustling downtown scenes here. For bigger events, big concerts, or trendy dining options, you'll need to make that 20 to 30-minute drive into Columbia, where you'll find places like the Vista and Five Points. These areas are the hubs for nightlife, with everything from live music to cocktail bars and dance clubs. While the drive isn't far, it might feel inconvenient if you're someone who enjoys having the nightlife options right in your backyard. On the flip side, Lexington's quieter evenings are a significant part of its charm for families and those seeking a slower-paced lifestyle. The peaceful atmosphere and the opportunity for quality family time are some of the unique benefits of living here. However, if you're someone who thrives on energy and the social buzz, it's something to consider before making the move. Lexington has experienced explosive growth over the past decade. While that has brought many positive changes, it has also created some challenges. Back in 2010, the population of Lexington County was about 263,000 people, and by 2022, it had grown to nearly 305,000 people, an increase of over 15%. This rapid growth has brought new business, restaurants, and housing developments. Still, it's also placed a strain on the infrastructure and the resources. School overcrowding is one of the most notable impacts of Lexington's growth. Our school district, Lexington 1, are known for their strong education systems. They are actively working to address these issues by building new schools and expanding existing ones. So while the influx of new residents has meant larger class sizes and schools operating near at capacity, the quality of education remains a top priority in Lexington. Beyond schools, the growth has also affected traffic and public spaces. Once quiet roads are now much busier, and during peak times, it can feel like the area is bursting at the seams. Parks, shopping centers, and other community spaces can feel more crowded. That small town charm Lexington was once known for is starting to shift towards a more suburban feel. This shift in the community dynamics is something to consider if you're looking for truly a small town experience. While this growth is a testament to Lexington's appeal, it's not for everyone. If you're looking for a slower pace or a truly small town experience, the rapid growth, development, and increasing population might make Lexington feel too busy or overwhelming. However, it still could be a good fit if you're excited about living in a thriving, growing community. Living in the South means embracing the outdoors and all the creatures that come with it. In Lexington, wildlife is not just part of the daily life, it's part of the natural beauty many people appreciate. While it can be a shock for those not used to it, the presence of wildlife is a testament to the area's rich biodiversity and the appeal of living in harmony with nature. One of the most common concerns I hear about is snakes. You wouldn't believe how many people ask me about the snakes. It's true, snakes are common in South Carolina, and Lexington is no exception. While most are harmless and play an essential role in the ecosystem, such as black snakes, they help control rodent populations. It's not unusual to encounter venomous species like copperheads. These encounters can be more frequent if your home is near a wooded area, water, or really tall grass. However, proper yard maintenance like keeping grass trimmed and wood piles away from the house can certainly significantly reduce the likelihood of seeing them. Beyond snakes, you'll also need to contend with mosquitoes, especially during the summer. The heat and the humidity create ideal conditions for them to thrive. So bug spray, citronella stick candles, they're staples here. Gnats, spiders, fire ants are also common nuisances. And if you're not a fan of creepy crawlies, it might take some adjusting. Another factor to consider is larger wildlife. While you may encounter deer, raccoons, and even the occasional coyote depending on your location, while these animals are generally harmless, they can cause issues like garden damage or trash disarray. For many, living alongside nature is just part of the charm of being in Lexington. Still, if snakes, bugs, and other critters make you squeamish, it's something to consider before moving here. The good news is that with some preparation, like regular pest control services and keeping your yard tidy, you can minimize these encounters and enjoy all the natural beauty the area offers. Let's talk about HOAs. Many neighborhoods in Lexington are governed by homeowners associations, which can be both a blessing and a bit of a challenge depending on your perspective. HOAs in Lexington typically have rules and regulations designed to maintain proper appearance and the value of the neighborhood. These include restrictions on fence heights, parking RVs or boats in the driveway, or even what colors you can paint your front door. However, it's important to note that the HOAs here are not nearly as strict and as overbearing as some of you may have heard about in places like Florida. You're not likely to face fines for leaving your trash can out an extra hour or planting flowers that aren't on a specific list or anything like that. Most HOAs in Lexington aim to strike a reasonable balance between maintaining the neighborhood standards and allowing residents some leniency and some freedom in what they want to do. Suppose you're someone who enjoys a neat and tidy neighborhood without having to worry about extreme enforcement of rules. In that case, Lexington HOAs will feel pretty manageable for you. But if you're not a fan of any extra oversight or prefer complete freedom over how you manage your property, it's something to consider when you're choosing your home. All right, there you have it, the not so perfect side of Lexington, South Carolina. Every place has its pros and cons. And while some people love it here, others find some things frustrating. But here's the deal. Just because Lexington isn't perfect, it doesn't mean that it's not the right place for you. It all depends on what you're looking for and what your priorities are. If you want more space, excellent schools, and a growing community, it might still check all of your boxes. If you need big city life or hate dealing with the summer and the heat and the snakes, you might want to keep on looking. Let's talk if you're considering moving to Lexington or anywhere in the Columbia Midlands. I want to make sure it's the right fit for you. I'll help you figure out the best spot for your lifestyle. Send me a message and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video about the life in the Columbia area. I'll see you next week.